Hello everyone, Reggie Redfern here, coming back to y'all with video number 4, stage 4 of the 7 stages of money. We are moving along throughout these 7 stages, this cycle of money that has taken place for millenniums in human history, okay? This is where things begin to get good. If you haven't caught up with us, go back and watch the first 3 videos or the first 3 stages, and you will catch up with us with stage 4. So let's attack stage 4. For all of you who are up to snuff with us, you understand what stage 1, 2, and 3 has held, and now we're moving on to stage 4 and its impact on our money. Okay, stage 4 can be wrapped up in one word, and I'm gonna make it big because it's probably the only word that I'm going to write for this stage. War. Simple, people. War. Okay? And so you ask yourself, why is stage 4 war? Well, as we noted in stage 3, we have a massive military now. We have political influence. We've got the smartest guys in the room. Naturally, we must put our military to use. We put our military to use. I'm gonna find somewhere to write this stuff. Put a little line there. The government now puts this military that they have invested so much money in, they have to put this military to use. Now, how and why they put this military to use, that is definitely going to be another video. But throughout history, guys, I think you might be interested to know that if there's no legitimate reason for putting this military to use in war, one will be created. All right, you have to know this. I don't care what you've been told in school. I don't care what you think. Do some research into the different wars. You know, I mean, I guess if you're American, I'll point out a couple of wars. Let's talk about World War I. Let's talk about World War II. Let's talk about Vietnam. These wars America got into, you know, really thanks to false flags. The reasons were created. Okay, Pearl Harbor could have been prevented. The sinking, I believe it's the Tonkin. These things could have been prevented. So they're not prevented for one reason. Somebody wants war. We've got to put these things, these big guns and things to use. Hey, Maddie.
What the world are you doing?
Daddy's making a video. My 3-year-old can't be seen. She's shorter than the camera, but she's down here bothering me. Yes, Daddy's making a video. Can you give Daddy some time to finish up? You go eat your food?
What kind of video?
I'm making a video to educate my friends on some things that I learned. Okay? You gonna have a seat at the table?
I was gonna sit at the table.
You go ahead and eat your food. All right, now that we're back to adult conversation, let's get back to the. So they have to put these things to use. What's the point in investing in it if you're not going to put it to use? Now, how do we, when we put this military to use, what happens is, I hope you can see this, expenditures is what it's called. Expenditures, which basically means costs. Expenditures explode. Okay? The war never goes the way it's supposed to. Didn't we see that in the Iraq War? You know, you let George Bush tell it, you let Dick Cheney tell it, we were supposed to walk into Iraq, blow some stuff up, walk out 2 weeks later, boom, done deal. Of course it didn't go that way. You know, I don't know who could really plan how a war would go. You're going to have unforeseen things occur. All right. But at the end of the day, what always happens is the costs go beyond what, you know, they are estimated to be. They always go beyond that. OK. And so they, whatever nation it may be, they pay for this war through what is typically called today deficit spending. Deficit spending. That basically just means you're spending more money than you're making. Okay? This is how we fund this war. That there are people in the arena of money who knew before this cycle started that at stage 4 in this cycle, money would eventually get ruined. prudent financial practices would be done away with, and we would spend more money than we had. Expenditures would explode thanks to our war. We would fund this war through deficit spending, going into debt. All right? And the money powers that be, this is their catch-all. Remember earlier I said that we have money that is gold or money that is backed by gold? Well, and I said that backed by gold is how the tricksters get the trick in the game to start with. Okay? Well, at this point in time, those tricksters understood that we would be spending more than we would make. And they knew that this war would cost more money than we have, than we estimated, so forth and so on. And then that the government, who put itself in war, would continue to war and fund that war through debt, borrowing more money. It's what we do today. Okay, all of the money that we borrow is largely due to war, and of course now we have some unsustainable social programs and public work projects. All right, but at the end of the day, what happens is we go into debt. We go into debt to fund a war, to kill more people, to control more people. At some point in time, the person that's enacting or preempting the war, they think they're going to be more powerful, more rich, and they end up poorer. Stage 4 in the 7 stages of money is war. And now we are, as you know, this is a 7-stage series. So we've got 3 steps, 1, 2, 3 ahead of it. Now we're dead center. We got 5, 6, and 7 left. We've got 3 left. And in the very center of this cycle, we are at a point to where now we are at war. Expenditures are exploding, and we're covering them through going into debt. This is very important to money. You take war out of a nation, I promise you, you'll see a nation that has sound money. Probably for as long as they stay away from war. Okay? So, stage 4 is simply war. Our politicians and our government must put their military to use, and we go in debt to fund that war. All right? So we'll move on from here because this one is done. It's pretty simple. Let's move on to stage number 5. I'll see you guys in the next video.